What if I told you that warriors aren't born on battlefields, but shaped in the silent moments of daily struggle? What if every obstacle you faced was actually preparing you for greatness? Because the true power of a warrior doesn't come from fighting others. It comes from mastering yourself. A warrior is forged in the fires of everyday life, tempered by challenges, sharpened by adversity. The mentality of a warrior isn't about aggression or dominance. It's about discipline, resilience, and an unshakable commitment to your purpose. So let me ask you this. How many times have you walked away because something felt too hard? How many dreams have you buried because someone said they were impossible? How often have you settled for less simply out of fear? That ends today, because right here, right now, we're unlocking the mentality of a warrior. And once you do, it will transform every part of your life. Let's start with the foundation, discipline. A true warrior knows discipline isn't a punishment. It's the path to freedom. It's the bridge between dreams and achievement. Without it, your goals are just wishes drifting in the wind. Discipline is waking up early when your body begs for sleep, choosing the salad when your cravings scream for pizza, going to the gym when Netflix calls your name, and working on your vision while others are out partying. But here's the truth. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And when that muscle grows, you become unstoppable, the kind of person who does what must be done, no matter how you feel. Now, I can already hear some of you thinking, that sounds hard. And you're right, it is hard. But hard isn't the same as impossible. Hard is simply the price of becoming powerful. Hard is what makes it great. Hard is what makes it worth doing. Warriors don't run from challenges, they lean into them. They understand that on the other side of hard lies growth, success, and the life they've always dreamed of. But discipline alone isn't enough. A warrior also needs resilience, the strength to rise after every fall, to keep going when life hits back. And believe me, life will hit back. It will test you, push you to your limits, and sometimes knock you flat. The question is, what will you do then? Will you crumble, or will you rise? Will you give up, or will you fight back? A warrior chooses to rise. They know that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every setback sets the stage for a comeback. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger. Think about the last time you failed. How did you respond? Did you beat yourself up, or did you ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to become better? That's the mentality of a warrior. It's not about never falling. It's about always getting back up. It's about turning failure into fuel, pain into power. And here's the truth. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. It's a choice you make every single day. You choose resilience when you refuse to let a bad day become a bad week. You choose it when you keep going even as everything seems to fall apart. And the moment you make that choice, the moment you decide to rise instead of retreat, you begin to embody the true mentality of a warrior. When you develop that resilience, when you truly cultivate the mentality of a warrior, you become unstoppable. You're no longer defeated by challenges. You turn them into stepping stones. You transform obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into comebacks. Now, let's talk about commitment. A warrior's commitment isn't just a promise, it's a covenant. It's not something you follow when it's convenient. It's a code you live by every single day. How many times have you started something with excitement, only to abandon it once it got tough? How many New Year's resolutions have you made, only to break them? How many times have you said, I'll start on Monday, and Monday never came? A warrior's commitment is different. A warrior doesn't just speak it, they live it. True commitment means doing what you said you would do long after the mood that inspired you has faded. It's what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. to work on your goals while everyone else is asleep. It's what keeps you going when you're tired, discouraged, or ready to quit. And here's the beautiful part. Commitment simplifies your life. When you're truly committed, you don't waste energy deciding whether or not to act. You just do it. It becomes as natural as breathing. When you combine unwavering commitment with discipline and resilience, something incredible happens. You become a force of nature. You become a warrior in the truest sense. I can see some of you nodding, beginning to understand. But remember, understanding alone isn't enough. Knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. Real power comes from action. So let me ask you, what will you do differently after hearing this? How will you apply the warrior mentality to your life? Tomorrow morning, will you hit the snooze button, or will you rise ready to conquer your day? Will you keep making excuses, or will you finally start living with the mentality of a warrior? Are you going to keep finding excuses for why you can't achieve your goals? Or will you start finding reasons why you must? The choice is yours. But remember, every choice you make shapes your future. Every decision either moves you closer to your goals or pulls you further away. A true warrior understands this. A warrior takes full responsibility for their actions, their results, and their life. They don't blame circumstances, luck, or other people. Instead, they look in the mirror and say, "If it's to be, it's up to me." That's where real power begins. When you take complete responsibility for your life, you take control of your destiny. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your future. But here's the truth. Responsibility can be frightening. It means you can't shift the blame. It forces you to face your fears, confront your weaknesses, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. And that's exactly what a warrior does. A warrior doesn't run from fear. They use it as fuel. They don't avoid challenges. They seek them out, knowing each one is a chance to grow stronger. Think about it. Have you ever achieved anything great without facing fear? Have you ever accomplished something meaningful while staying comfortable? Of course not. Greatness is born in discomfort. Success is forged in risk. The life of your dreams isn't waiting for you inside your comfort zone. It's out there, beyond your fears, your doubts, and your limits. And the only way to reach it is by cultivating the mentality of a warrior. Now, let's talk about something equally powerful: focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless noise. Each one pulling you away from what truly matters. But a warrior understands the power of focus. They know that where focus goes, energy flows. And where energy flows, results grow. So, how do you build that laser-like focus? It starts with clarity. You must be crystal clear about what you want and what truly matters. Because if you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to arrive? If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. But once you gain clarity, you must protect your focus like it's your most valuable resource, because it is. Your focus is the key to success, happiness, and fulfillment. That means learning to say no. No to distractions. No to time wasters. No to anything that doesn't align with your goals and values. It also means setting firm boundaries with others and with yourself. But just as importantly, it means saying yes. Yes to opportunities that align with your purpose. Yes to challenges that make you stronger. Yes to the hard work and dedication that success demands. Here's the thing about focus: it compounds over time. Like interest in a bank account, focus builds and multiplies your results. The more you focus on what truly matters, the faster your progress grows. Those results then fuel your motivation, which strengthens your focus even more. It becomes a powerful cycle, but it all begins with one decision: to focus, to eliminate distractions, and to keep your eyes on the prize. Now, let's talk about mindset. Your mindset is the lens through which you see the world. It shapes your thoughts, beliefs, actions, and ultimately, your results. A true warrior cultivates a growth mindset. They believe that abilities can be developed, intelligence can be increased, and skills can be learned. A warrior sees challenges not as threats to avoid, but as opportunities to grow stronger. This mindset is everything because it determines how you handle obstacles and setbacks. With a fixed mindset, challenges break you. With a growth mindset, they build you. When you have a fixed mindset, failure feels final. You think, "I failed because I'm not good enough." But when you have a growth mindset, a warrior mindset, you think, "I failed because I haven't learned how to succeed yet." See the difference? One perspective leads to giving up, while the other drives you to keep going. One causes stagnation, the other fuels growth. And here's the best part: your mindset isn't fixed. It's a choice you make every single day. You can choose to see obstacles as immovable barriers or as stepping stones to success. You can see criticism as a personal attack or as valuable feedback that helps you improve. You can see your limitations as permanent or as temporary challenges waiting to be conquered. The choice is yours, but remember, your choices shape your reality. Your mindset determines your outcomes. So I challenge you, start cultivating a warrior mindset today. See challenges as opportunities. View failures as lessons. Believe in your ability to grow, to adapt, and to rise stronger. Because when you embrace that mindset, you unlock your true potential. You discover a deep well of strength and resilience you never knew existed. Now, let's talk about the next crucial piece: action. All the discipline, resilience, commitment, focus, and mindset in the world mean nothing without it. A warrior understands this truth. A warrior knows that while thoughts and intentions matter, it's action that changes everything. Too many people stay stuck in planning, waiting for the right time, instead of doing the one thing that moves them forward, taking action. Too many people get stuck in the planning phase, always preparing, always waiting for the right time. They tell themselves they'll start when conditions are perfect, when the opportunity feels just right. But here's the truth. There's no perfect moment, no perfect set of circumstances. There's only now, this moment, this opportunity, this reality. A true warrior doesn't wait for perfection. They act in spite of imperfection. Because imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. Think about it. How many chances have you missed because you were waiting for the stars to align? How many dreams have you delayed because the timing didn't feel right? A warrior understands that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, and the second best time is today. So they act now. They take the first step even when they can't see the entire path ahead. Because here's the secret. Action creates momentum, and momentum is one of the most powerful forces in existence. Once you start moving, it becomes easier to keep going. Once you start taking action, results begin to appear, fueling your motivation and driving you to do even more. It's a beautiful cycle, but it all begins with that first step. So ask yourself, what action can you take today to move closer to your goals? What small step could you take right now to set everything in motion? Maybe it's making that call you've been avoiding, writing that first page of your book, or enrolling in the course that will help you grow. Whatever it is, start now. Whatever it is you need to do it now. Take that action today, because that's what a warrior does. A warrior doesn't wait for the perfect moment. They create it through action. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is a natural part of being human. It's hardwired into our brains as a survival instinct. But here's the truth. In today's world, most of our fears aren't about physical danger. They're emotional. We fear failure, rejection, embarrassment, or simply stepping outside our comfort zone. And those fears, they can paralyze us. They keep us stuck, playing small, and settling for less than our potential. But a true warrior sees fear differently. To them, fear isn't a stop sign, it's a green light. It's not a barrier, it's a doorway to growth. In fact, fear often means you're on the right path. If your goals don't scare you a little, they're probably too small. If your dreams don't make you uncomfortable, you're not dreaming big enough. A warrior leans into fear. They use it as fuel. Because on the other side of fear lies growth, success, and the life you've always imagined. So the next time fear starts creeping in, pause and take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Then ask, what's the best that could happen? Most of the time, you'll realize the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. The growth you'll experience, the lessons you'll learn, and the person you'll become are worth far more than the temporary discomfort of fear. And here's the beauty of it. Facing fear gets easier the more you do it. It's like a muscle that strengthens with use. The more you push beyond your comfort zone, the more that zone expands. So, I challenge you. What fear can you face today? What bold step can you take that scares you just a little? Because that's where growth lives. That's where success begins. That's where life truly happens. Now let's talk about perseverance. A true warrior knows that success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. Too many people give up right before they're about to succeed. They put in the work for a while, but when results don't appear fast enough, they quit. They start strong, but fade when things get tough. A warrior is different. A warrior perseveres. They understand that success takes time, consistency, and daily effort. Even on the days they don't feel motivated, even when the results aren't visible yet. Think about the growth of bamboo. When you plant a bamboo seed, nothing seems to happen for the first year. You water it, nurture it, and still, no visible progress. The second year, the third, even the fourth, still nothing above ground. But during that time, the bamboo is developing a strong, intricate root system underground. Then, in the fifth year, it shoots up 90 feet in just 6 weeks. Success works the same way. You may not see results right away, but every bit of effort, every skill developed, every connection made, is building the foundation for your breakthrough. Then, one day, everything aligns. You reach that tipping point, that overnight success moment that was actually years in the making. A warrior understands this truth. They don't give up when progress seems slow. They don't quit when challenges come. A warrior perseveres, knowing that every action, every choice, and every bit of effort is shaping the success that's waiting just ahead. Every action you take brings you one step closer to your goals. So ask yourself, where in your life do you need to persevere? Where have you been tempted to give up simply because the results haven't shown up yet? Remember the lesson of the bamboo. Growth often comes right after the moment you're most tempted to quit. Now let's talk about vision. A warrior without a vision is like a ship without a destination. You might be moving, but you're not truly going anywhere. Your vision is your North Star. It's what guides you when times get tough, what keeps you focused when distractions arise, and what reminds you why you started in the first place. But here's the truth about vision. It needs to be big. It should be bold, thrilling, even a little intimidating. It should be so powerful that it pulls you out of bed each morning and drives you forward when everything else tells you to stop. Too many people play small because they fear disappointment. They set easy goals because they're afraid to fail. But a warrior doesn't think small. A warrior dreams big. They set goals that challenge them, that stretch their limits, that scare them just enough to spark excitement. Because whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. Your beliefs shape your reality, and your vision determines your direction. So I challenge you. What's your big vision? What's that bold dream that excites and scares you at the same time? The one you've been too afraid to say out loud because it feels impossible? Define it. Make it clear. Make it specific. Because a vague vision leads to vague results. But a crystal clear, compelling vision fuels the journey of a true warrior. To bring that vision to life, you have to break it down into actionable steps. A warrior knows you can't eat an elephant in one bite. You tackle it piece by piece. Set milestones. Create a plan. But remember, the plan is only a roadmap. It's not carved in stone. A warrior stays flexible, adaptable, ready to adjust when needed, yet never loses sight of the ultimate goal. And here's the truth about vision. It's not just about what you want to achieve, it's about who you want to become. The journey toward your vision will test you, challenge you, and shape you into the person capable of living that vision. So when you're crafting your dream, don't just think about what you want to have. Think about who you need to become to reach it. What habits must you develop? What skills must you master? What mindset must you strengthen? Because the warrior's path isn't only about external success, it's about internal transformation. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Now, let's talk about adversity. A warrior knows that adversity isn't the enemy. It's the training ground where strength is built. It's the forge where true warriors are made. Too many people run from challenges, hide from discomfort, or shrink when obstacles appear. But not a warrior. A warrior welcomes adversity, knowing it's the very thing that fuels growth. Think about it. Have you ever achieved anything meaningful without facing difficulty? Have you ever grown without being tested? Of course not. It's in those hard moments that you discover your strength, build your resilience, and develop your character. So the next time life tests you, shift your perspective. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Because life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. And that strength, that endurance, that unshakable will, that's what makes you a true warrior. We've talked about discipline as doing what must be done, but there's another kind of discipline that's just as vital, the discipline of the mind. A warrior knows the greatest battles are fought within. Your thoughts shape your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape your reality. That's why a warrior practices mental discipline, guarding their thoughts and mastering their inner dialogue. Because negative thinking leads to negative outcomes, while strong, empowering thoughts drive progress. A warrior doesn't indulge in wishful thinking. They use positive self-talk as a tool for motivation and resilience. So when you face a challenge, what do you tell yourself? Do you think, I can't do this, it's too hard? Or do you say, this is tough, but I can handle it. I'll find a way. That difference in mindset often determines whether you give up or push through, whether you fail or succeed. But mental discipline isn't just about positive thinking. It's about focus. It's the ability to stay present, to concentrate on what truly matters, and to resist the endless distractions of the modern world. It takes consistent effort, but the reward is immense. When you can command your mind, when you can control your focus and direct your thoughts amid chaos, you become unstoppable. So start strengthening your mental discipline today. Guard your mind. Watch your thoughts. Train your focus. Because the mind of a warrior is the sharpest weapon of all, and like any weapon, it must be honed, refined, and kept ready for battle. Now, let's talk about community. A true warrior understands the incredible power of those they fight beside. A warrior understands the power of community. While the journey of growth may be personal, success is rarely achieved alone. Surround yourself with other warriors, people who share your values, support your dreams, and challenge you to rise higher. Because the truth is, you become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're the smartest person in the room, it's time to find a new room. A warrior is always seeking growth, new lessons, new challenges, new perspectives. But community isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you give. A true warrior lifts others up. They share their wisdom, their strength, and their experiences. Because when you help others grow, you grow too. It's not just about karma. It's about becoming stronger through contribution. Helping others sharpens your skills, deepens your character, and fuels your purpose. So ask yourself, how can you build a circle of warriors around you? How can you contribute to someone else's journey? Remember, in lifting others, you also lift yourself. Now, as we near the end of our time together, let's talk about legacy. A warrior thinks beyond themselves. They think about the mark they'll leave on the world. What will people say about you when you're gone? What impact will you have made? These are big questions, but they matter deeply. Because when you begin to think about your legacy, it changes how you live today. It transforms your choices, your actions, and the person you become. A warrior lives with purpose, knowing that every single day is a chance to make a difference, to move closer to their goals, to become better, and to contribute something meaningful. So what's your purpose? What legacy will you leave behind? Remember, your legacy isn't built someday. It's being written right now, with every decision you make and every action you take. So choose wisely, act with intention, and live like a warrior. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with this truth. The mentality of a warrior isn't something you're born with. It's something you choose. It's something you build, strengthen, and practice every single day. It's about discipline, doing what must be done no matter how you feel. It's about resilience, rising after every fall and turning failure into fuel. It's about commitment, staying true to your vision and values even when it's hard. It's about focus, channeling your energy toward what truly matters and cutting out distractions. It's about mindset, believing in your power to grow, to learn, to evolve. It's about action, taking imperfect steps forward, creating momentum even when you can't see the entire path. It's about facing your fears, using them as a compass to guide your growth. It's about perseverance, pushing through the storm and refusing to quit on your dreams. It's about vision, daring to dream big and becoming the kind of person capable of reaching those dreams. It's about adversity, welcoming challenges as the training ground for greatness. It's about mental discipline, mastering your thoughts and keeping your mind sharp and focused. It's about community, surrounding yourself with fellow warriors who lift you up as you lift them. And finally, it's about legacy, living with purpose, making a difference, and leaving your mark on the world. This is the mentality of a warrior, and it's within reach for every one of you. So I challenge you, starting today, to choose this path. Choose discipline. Choose courage. Choose to face your fears and take action even when it's hard. Because when you truly live with the mentality of a warrior, you become unstoppable. You become the architect of your destiny, the master of your fate, and the author of a life worth remembering. So go forth, warriors. Your battlefield awaits. Your victory is calling, and your legacy is waiting to be written. Wishing you strength, happiness, and endless growth. And don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Daily for more inspiration and motivation.